We are joined by Terry Ann and Tom. They are here yet again because we are well into this fall film series, and we've got another film happening this week, tomorrow night, and it is called 8th Grade. Yes. I think it says it all. Well, maybe not. I already saw the trailer, so I know what this is about. But 8th grade, I think a lot of people, this is going to take people back to 8th grade. And maybe it's a little bit different now because of all the social media and technology that we have. But I'll just begin with you, Terry Ann. How would you sort of say, or what would you say that 8th grade is really all about?
Teen angst is probably
great description.
Which probably is the first thing that comes to mind for a lot of people when the words 8th grade, you know, come up. And this is a film that was directed by Bo Burnham. It stars Elsie Fisher, who some people might be familiar with. She did a lot of voiceover work in the Despicable Me movies, and she does just an excellent job of portraying, you know, is sort of like an amalgam of every 8th grader and all of their worst experiences all kind of rolled into one. And she's sort of like she's kind of like our protagonist hero, sort of representing a lot of our pasts, I think, in this film. And it really captures her journey and also her relationships with her relationships with her father and other students, and how she navigates that world, or may not be able to navigate it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be going very well for her, Tom. It's a little disastrous. She's 13, and like Terry Ann mentioned, it's sort of everything that you hope wouldn't happen in 8th grade to you as you go in there.
Everything happens.
Everything. And she's nervous every day, and
And it must be just a terrible feeling not to have, you know, your own sense of self to overcome some of this, because you're at the mercy of embarrassment all the time. And the director, this is his first feature film, and he comes from a stand-up comedy tradition.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And what we were sort of speculating, he's very tall, he's 6'5", and we think that he probably went through a very awkward stage as a young man in high school, and he's able to understand what it must be like for this young woman in 8th grade. And I think it's important that you know, we understand what this is, not just as youngsters, but as parents and as adults.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think people are really going to enjoy this. We'll just take a quick look at the trailer for 8th grade right now.
Hey guys, it's Kayla back with another video. So, the topic of today's video is being yourself. Being yourself can be hard, and it's like, aren't I always being myself? And yeah, for sure. But being yourself is like not changing yourself to impress someone else. A lot of people like call me quiet or shy or whatever, but I'm not quiet.
Most quiet, Kayla Day.
I don't talk a lot at school, but if people talk to me and stuff, they'd find out that I'm like really funny and cool and talkative. By the way, I like your shirt a lot. It's like so cool. What?
Of 8th grade, huh? I said one more week of 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, huh? Okay, so growing up can be a little bit scary and weird.
We will begin to explore these changing bodies of yours. It's gonna be lit.
Okay, I can see now what you're talking about, Tom. There is comedy in this. But, you know, and I'll point this out again, this is a modern day 8th grade experience in the sense that she's got her phone, she's got, you know, all these filters that she's putting on her photographs and things like that. I mean, that's another pressure, right?
That's, of course,
pressure,
absolutely.
Yes. And a theme, too, a theme of the filters we put on ourselves. You know, and she definitely is someone who, you know, is still a long ways away from figuring out that, you know, you really have to look inside yourself confidence, happiness, sense of self, all of those things. And I think it's a really good reminder to parents as well.
Yeah.
And anybody that has a loved one who's around this age of the realities that are actually facing 8th graders now. So there's the stuff we all had to deal with, and then there's the added elements that we didn't have to deal with. But at the end of the day, you discover that a lot of the themes are the same. You know, however many years later.
And we conveniently forget, what we went through as young teenagers. And audiences apparently have just loved this movie.
I loved the trailer, so I can imagine.
And it premiered at Sundance and got an audience award there.
Oh, wonderful.
And the Rotten Tomatoes site, it has a tomato meter, 99% rating, which is unheard of.
Unheard of.
They scan hundreds of reviews, 99% positive reviews.
So this is a movie that my husband will watch with me because he goes by that meter. He loves that meter.
Hollywood Reporter, Variety, all of the really big trade dailies they're saying things that really hyperbolic kind of comments about this film, greatest teen movie of all time to date, et cetera, et cetera. So
okay, so 8th grade. Tomorrow night at the Paramount Theater, 7 o'clock is when you can see this. And for more information, you can, of course, visit the Kamloops Film Series website. We're back in a couple of minutes with Eleanor Deckard. Stay with us.